I fell in love with an actress once. Little beach town, Carolina coast. Julia had been cast in a play that was rehearsing above a shop that sold sand dollars and dried starfish to tourists. I was working construction next door. First thing she told me, drinking iced coffee and smoking a cigarette, is that she lived for theater. And she was on her way to New York because Sam Shepard lived there. I didn't much care where Sam Shepard lived, but I liked her amber-colored eyes, the hoarse voice of hers, and her full-throated laugh. Julie had rented a house on the beach with a bed on the screen porch. She liked blue crab, raw oysters with Tabasco, and cold beer in a bottle. I could not find one thing wrong with her. After rehearsals were over, she left with the rest of the cast in a gray van pulling a box trailer full of costumes and props. I moved into that dirty little motel back on 4th Street. Day after 4th of July, called it quits on the construction job, headed to Wyoming for summer in the mountains. A month later, I drove to Fargo, where Julia was performing in an old theater with wallpaper the color of dried blood. I hadn't bought a ticket, and the show was sold out, so I never saw the play, which was a disappointment of sorts, but not exactly a wound that would never heal. I hadn't come all that way to watch Julia be someone else, even if it was what she loved doing. Julia told me she got a standing ovation. And then we burned Fargo to the ground. She still tasted like beer in the ocean. Next morning, she left for Duluth. I headed back to Wyoming. In August, I came back to Jackson after 2 weeks in the mountains with a woman that I met at a bar. And she said that more than anything, she wanted to see a bear. So I packed up some gear. We went into the Tetons, and we saw several. Although I got the idea that one was more than enough. Back in the motel, getting packed up to go, I was thinking about a trail near the Yellowstone River. I hadn't hiked in a while, when a brick came through the window, pulling down the plastic curtains and filling the room with morning light. I looked up, and I saw Julia. My bear friend grabbed her clothes, headed for the bathroom, and locked the door behind her. Julia walked up to the broken window and, well, I realized I should have seen her on stage. She could deliver a line. She was good. She wasn't wrong either. All I could do was stand there wondering how it was I could have forgotten how beautiful she was. After a while, people started to gather. Julia stopped, and in a calm voice, she said, "And you love me. You know you do." She got in her car and drove away. Never saw Julia again. Never even tried. She was right. I did love her. I did love her. Later that day, just as I got into Yellowstone, it started snowing. First snow of the season.